New and updated mods are back for Farming Simulator 22. We've had mods 2 days in a row. What's a special occasion over here? In total today, 29 mods were released. All platforms got 18 new and 5 updates. And PC Mac players got 2 new, one of which was new yesterday, as well as 4 updates. If you like staying updated yourself with all the latest mods of Farming Simulator, get subscribed. Let's go. Starting off today with new ones for all platforms, we have the Lizard Steiger 250 from AAA Modding. Now, this is the Lizard version of the Rebus Steiger 250 that came out earlier this year, I think around March for PC and Mac players. However, this is the all-platform version. 250 horsepower, as you would expect, manual transmission, 780 liters fuel, goes 15 miles an hour. Wheel options from Trelleborg, Lizard, BKT, Continental, Michelin, Midas, Vredestein, and we are back in. We could do some twin wheels for some of these, and the second twin wheels changes up your hub around the middle. We also have Narrows, which is super duper cool for these. Beacon options, we've got a yes and no on the top, and then we've got a lot of colors for our design. That's going to be your main color, by the way. And then the rim color, we could change those up as well. I believe this is going to be your hubs through the center. If we get ourselves one of these, we drop it in, we could see that, unfortunately, the camera is centered around the beacon. So you may as well turn it on so it could be the center of attention. As far as things that we can do, there is nothing that we could do, but it does have a PTO. We've got a 3-point hitch on there. Actually, does it have PTO? That does not look like a PTO down in there to me. So, guess not. And around towards front, no hookups there. Does have some nice lights though, very bright. Next up, we have the John Deere 8000 series from Schmetty, aka CMT Software, as they are known online. So we have quite a few different engine options here. We've got the 8100, which will give you 160 horsepower. Do the 82, 83, and 84. They'll give you up to 225 horsepower. All of these come with the power shift transmission, 511 liters of fuel, and it goes 24 miles an hour, 11.8 tons if it matters. Wheel brands, we have Continental, Trelleborg, Michelin, Midas, BKT, Vredestein, and Nokian. Tires, we can change up some twin wheels and do all kinds of fun stuff. We've even got mud guards for EU and US on here. A couple different, well, just one singular US. Front fenders, we have US and EU there. We also have no, which is kind of neat. Side signs, we have yes or no. I'm not sure if those are US styled or not, but I'm leaving them on. Front grille, we have a couple options for that on the very top. Exhaust options, you can change that too. Quite a few different sets there. Mirrors, of course, we have different options for those. Beacons, we've got left, both, and then you kind of move them around a little bit. It's kind of neat. I like that. Interior, we've got interior number 1, which adds a mirror at the front. Number 2, which adds a buddy seat. Number 3, which adds a radio? Yeah, radio. There it is. Number 4 gives us a nice green John Deere floor mat. 5 is the yellow mat, and we go back to nothing. Let's go, you know what? Yellow mat. It's going to get dirty anyway, right? Attachment. So we've got nothing or 160 kg weight on the front, and then standard 2, which gives us a different weight holder, and then we can go with another 1600. You can also do a 3-point if you want, and we could change up with the lights there too. Main color options here, we have green, black, and white. And design colors, we could change up the grille in the front if you want to, as well as the rim colors. Quite a few different options for this. Pretty darn cool. Let's just back out and get ourselves a standard version. I know it's an EU, but we'll do our best. Plenty of lights. That is very, very nice. And it doesn't look like we're able to open or close anything, but it does move through those gears pretty quick. From Dense Modding and STX Farms, we have their John Deere 8R Series 2014 US. I was actually working on the news earlier this morning, but found out the mods were going to be releasing earlier than usual, so I just kind of scrapped that video because pretty much everything we were going to talk about is released today. So it would have been pointless anyway. Glad I didn't have to waste your time. On air, we got some cool stuff. So we start off with 290 horsepower. Now we can change that up with a power shift or an auto. We can also do the right-hand reverser, which is kind of neat. I like that. And then we have the E23 with the right-hand reverser, and moving on. So those are going to be all the way from the 290 horsepower all the way up to the 450 horsepower. Big boys right there. Let's go with the 8400 because, well, it's probably the one you're going with. Let's be fair. Wheel brands, we have Continental, Michelin, Midas, Lizard. Oh, yeah. LSW14s. Love that. And then we also have Firestones on here as well. It's one of my favorite sets, so we're going to leave that there. Any more? Nope, just back to Continental. There we go, 30-inch row crops. Love it. Gen 4 monitor. We got the 4100, the 42, the 46, and back down. Let's go 46. Additional equipment. We have a standard set. Let's see if we can find exactly where our standard set of equipment is hiding. Electric bonnet opener. Well, a little thing down there at the bottom's changing. We also have a side wiper, which could be added on. Back window sticker, that one is very bright. And then we can add a bunch of that stuff. So why don't we do that? All of the above. Starfire, we've got a holder for that. We also have the 3000. We have the GS monitor. I believe it's the GS monitor. Is that right? Yeah. 6000 with the monitor. We also have a couple of those. 6000 with the RTK. And the 7000. Oh, yeah. Let's go. All of the above. How about that? Lights, we have halogen or LED. LED is the way to go. Additional lighting, we have a couple different sets up for that, so you can kind of go with whatever you want. Fenders, we have front fenders, front wide, back wide, back wide number 2, and then we can do lots of different options for all of those. Just go to it, click left, you'll have them all. Then we have our seat controls. Lots of different seat controls, tons of stuff through there. And by that, I mean we have one option, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. Beacons and warning signs. Yeah, we got those. So a left beacon, a right beacon, both beacons. Oversized sign on the front. Warning sign, which I assume will be around towards the back. Oh, they're on the side. Look at that. And then we can do all of those in conjunction. I want every single option, so we'll just do that. Front mounting, we have 0 kg weight. 200, 4, 7, 11. We have a rock box with rocks in it, which doesn't weigh anymore. Actually, it does. Weighs 400 kg more. That's pretty cool. Rock box with weights on it. And then we go all the way with a 3-point and a 3-point with a PTO. Now, if you do that, your warning sign goes away on the front, so heads up through there. Add blue, we've got yes or no through there. Seat colors, we could change those from leather or a, I assume the other one is like a polyester or something like that. And then we have window tint on there as well. And that is it. Boy, oh boy, what a massive amount of customization options. Now, as far as everything else, I'm sure we're going to be able to do some fun stuff, so we will check that out. There we go with that. Let's see. Switch to passenger seating. Man, I wish I'd gone for a different option here. Can't customize it. Crap. There we go. That's a little bit better. So things that we can do. We do have passenger seating with this. So if you got Kubota, you're good to go. Dude's a little bit cramped, but not too bad. We can also change our way here. This is actually going to change your view, so it's not just the seat that changes. See, I can move back and forth like that. Very cool there. And then we can kneel. So you've got the ability to kneel the tractor if you need to, or raise it all the way up. We've gone for the big power shift version here, and it takes off like a rocket. I will give it that. A little bit of a bend, not too much, but you know what? It moves. It does move well. You can definitely feel the weight of this thing. Yeah! Oh, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it! Yeah! That is not easy to do. It's super stable. You guys got to get one of these. Next, we've got the Lizard SUV 2021 4x4. I'm trying to figure out what this is based on, but I have no idea. Kinda looks like a Volkswagen or something like that, but hey, if you know, let me know. We got 300 horsepower, 75 liters fuel, and it goes 74 miles an hour. Blue light, yes! First option is blue LEDs. Let's go. Front flashers on here, we do have those in the grill, yes and no. Crossing flashers, we've got those as well. Yep, I want those. Design is based on color choice or palettes or fire department or color choice. Now, these are not English words. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. We're going to go with police. Yeah. Tuning, we've got a tuning option here, which is very cool. However, I don't know what that does. I think all it does is just take the chrome parts and makes them black, because it doesn't tune the engine any. And then attachers, let's see what we've got. We have a trailer hitch or not. Now, we do have colors here, which can be changed. However, unless you go with the color choice there, it's not going to be doing much. So, it doesn't matter what you choose there. And then rim colors. Now, these will change, which is nice. However, we barely have any to choose from. So, that is what that is as well. Let's jump in here. Looks like the view is like smack dab in the middle, like near the bottom. It's still a weird option. For any modders that are doing vehicles, it should be eye level with your player. Just me asking here. Nothing too crazy. Drives well. I will give it that much. Nice little bend in the suspension. Got a nice suspension test here. You know, it's as much as I would expect, and that's pretty cool. I do love the LED lights. Unfortunately, there's none around the back, but it just is what it is. Now, we've got some stuff that we can toggle, so let's start toggling, shall we? We have toggle sound group number 1 state. If I get loud, I apologize. So we can turn that on and off. We've also got switch sounds up, so we can do that. However, so it's not giving me, it doesn't tell me it's changing, but it is changing. So we have that one. So we have like 3 of them, basically. There is passenger seating, which is nice. Looks like we've got 4 different seats. That's pretty darn cool. And then we have start scenario, because this will also work with the emergency pack. So you guys have the emergency pack, this will work with that as well. Pretty cool, man. Next up, we have the SIP Spider 350-4 ALP. This is a tedder. 25 horsepower is required. 3.5 meters and 9 miles an hour. No customization options. Next up from Rawson Mods, we have the Bailey High Lift Trailer. 17,300 liter capacity. And we've got wheel options from BKT, Trelleborg, Michelin, Ferguson, and back in. We cannot change those up, so whatever you see is what you got. Now, attachment types. We have the UK. We have the Charmueller Cup Ball, or back to the UK. I call that a ball hitch or a pin hitch. We're going to go with the UK hitch there. Make colors, kind of nice thing. You can change this to whatever color you want. So, if you don't want it to be that green, but maybe you want it to be gloss for whatever reason, cover color, we could change that up. And then rim colors are rim colors. So, pop those Fendt colors for whatever reason. We don't have gloss here, but yeah, Fendt works just as good. You can change that up however you like. Now, we do have some John Deere tractors in the game, so why don't we utilize some of those? Let's change this up to colors you would expect for John Deere. That will do just fine. Let's get ourselves one of those. Let's steal one of these John Deeres. How about the 8400? This will be perfect. And with this, I can actually show you guys how it works. So let's back up, hook up to it. There it is. It's quite a heavy trailer, but I think you would expect that. Bailey makes some pretty darn good stuff, but they are not lightweight, that is for sure. So we've got fold rear hitch. So we have that, so we can fold the rear hitch out of the way. Yes, you can tag team these up if you want to. We've got cover, which is an animation, but boy is that fast. Yeet. And we have full control over the raising and lowering of the trailer. It is manual. Oh man, I might have to get me one of these. I don't need it, I really want it. Let's take this and let's see if we can put something in it and just unload it. Fill wheat, that'll work, and then unload here. So it opens up kind of like that and then dumps over. So this is meant to dump over into a semi-truck or something like that. You see there is a lip there, so we're good. Man, that is really, really cool. I love this so much. You know what? I'm leaving it. I will say I am seeing some artifacting and some interesting things happening with the rear flaps. Ross, if you're watching, check this out. Oi. And if I back up, I saw it kind of dip into the ground a little bit. Yeah. Ooh. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe you know. It does look like when the front ones move. There we go. I don't know how that happens, but it's related to what's happening with the front ones. I wonder what happens if I bring this down, if it still does it. Yeah, it still does it. Huh, that's so weird. Well, hey, if you know how to fix it, let me know. Next up, we've got a Forage trailer for you guys. That's the Krone TX 460, 46,000 liter capacity, cover of yes or no. We also have some extensions on there as well. You can bump it up to 50,000 if you want to. Love the cover, so we'll go with that. Wheel options of Trelleborg, Michelin, Ferguson, BKT, and Lizard as well. And we can change that for standard and wide tires. Design, we have 2 or 3 axles. It's not often that you get to change something like that, so this may be important to you. Reflectors, we do have those, yes or no. Those are going to be orange, no change into yellow or red, although they kind of look yellow if you look at them a certain way. Headlights, not sure headlights is the right answer. I'm guessing tail lights? Yeah. Tail lights, singles or doubles, and we have a couple different sets of each. Back door, we have the older back door as well as the newer one, which changes the logo a bit. Meter rollers, you can throw those with or without. Definitely go with. I don't think it's going to help, but it does look cool. Now design, ooh, I take back what I said. You can change up the reflectors to any color you want, including black. For whatever reason, you can also change up your rim colors. Thank you for including the base color. Thank you for including a darker gray, and thank you for including all colors. In placeables down, we have the bio greenhouses from Cookie Cat. This is a set of greenhouse mods. We have a rounded set, a more triangular classic set, and open. We also have a production over there. So taking a look at this, we've got things like potatoes, onions, lettuce, tomatoes, peas, beans, strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries. We got all kinds of stuff in here. Peas are coming to Farm Sim 25, right? I mean, we saw those, right? I will also say I'm not quite sure if these are the base game tomatoes or not. I assume they are. However, these do not look like the base game potato setup. Most all the stuff is new, so there is that. Now, we also have the production. And by the way, you'll need water, seeds, and manure to make those grow. Up here at the very top, we have all of this stuff. Now, what you got to do is just put the normal crop in. For example, onions. We go over here to washed onions. We just put onions in. We get washed onions out. And that's going to all be done at this production right here. Drop everything you need right there. Come over here to the Kong. You can check out what's going on. And then pick up your products right here. Now, it didn't say, at least I don't think that it did, that there was a sell point on here. But I assume that there is, and I've just missed it. Is there one in here? Bio greenhouses right there. Bam. What's up? We've got this. Looks like it's a multi, so should be able to do some logs there as well. Cool. Now, speaking of greenhouses, we have another one. This is just called Greenhouse, and it may be one of the longest greenhouses I've seen in Farming Simulator. If you know how farm or greenhouses work, well, pretty easy here. And also lets me know that tomatoes, lettuce, strawberries, the ones were the other one. Yeah, base game. That is good to know. I couldn't remember what tomatoes look like. I feel like an idiot. So in here we have tomatoes, lettuce, and strawberries. You're going to need to mix those with manure and water. And then there you go. Fairly simple. Very, very simple and easy. Our next one is the grist mill with mixer crossplay. This is kind of interesting because what this will do is turn different crops into a singular crop. For example, we have the grist mill with mixer for mineral feed. We have 2 different setups for mineral feed. You can either do wheat, canola, or soybeans, and we also have wheat, barley, and oats. And then it makes that. So you have 4 in, 4 out, and you make some mineral feed fairly cheaply as well, I may add. Then we could do pig feed, and we've got multiple different ways of doing this. So we'd either do wheat and barley, or wheat, canola, and corn, or wheat, barley, and oats. And you can make pig feed. It's a 1 in, 1 out kind of thing as well. 2 + 1 is 3, etc., etc. It's kind of a nice way to do that. However, I will tell you that they don't hold a lot. So for the mineral feed, it works really well. For the pig feed, you're only getting like 1,100 liters stored. So it may be a little bit more difficult. Hey, if you only have 3 or 4 pigs, probably fine. Next up is the barn with cowshed. This is going to be found in cattle, and well, we could do a whole lot of stuff with this. It's kind of interesting. So it's a very old looking building, but it works really, really well. Check that out. Over here, we can buy our cows. Only 60 head, but it's not too bad. It's a smaller building. I'm not sure I would expect much more. This is your shed portion, and if we back all the way up, we can open a door that goes between the two, which is very, very neat. And there's quite a few different doors here as well. We've got a wood door there. It looks to be metal doors through there, and very similar over here. That's where you're going to be getting your milk. So that's up there, and then all the food goes through the inside. Now, there's a second version over here as well. You see this has a red door. No, it doesn't. It has a red top on it. If we jump into animals and we find this thing, it's actually going to start with green. You can change up the roof on there, which is very nice. But for the older version, you cannot change up the roof color. So At least we have both options, baby. Next is another cowshed. This is the Polish cowshed. This comes with 2 buildings here. We'll explain those. You can do 30 head of cattle. Open that up, and here's where your food goes. Now, one version doesn't have a pen. The other version does. So you've got room for a pen. Great. If you don't have room for a pen, well, this is okay too. No problem whatsoever. We do have a ladder here, and anytime I see a ladder, I have to climb it, but for some reason it keeps going away. Yeah, there we go. So open that door. Don't kick me off. Hey, no collision. Perfect. So we can get up here with the ladder and then boop, drop whatever you need to down into the cattle area, and you're done. Pretty darn cool. Next up, the workshop building. This can be found in tools. I know online it says sheds. It is not found in sheds. It is found in tools because we've got a workshop trigger on the outside and a very visible area straight across. I don't know if it goes into the building or not. I would assume so. Yes, straight across the entire inside of the building and part of the outside is covered. That is a great way to do it, and all of the bays can be used for it. Now, one thing about these, it kind of looks like a building that was on, it wasn't PGR Slona. What was the map? There was a map that released back in Farming Simulator 17, I think. That was for all platforms. Dropped a large version in 19 as well. But I haven't seen it in 22. Anyway, there was a map that this looks kind of like it's from. I don't know. I like this. Next up, we have Grain Mill A, and holy cow, there are a lot of productions for this. So this is your outside of the building. For the production itself, we've got plenty of places to drop stuff, input stuff, etc., etc., etc. Then if we spin around, we have a custom supermarket to sell things at. I like that they didn't just use a base building. They actually utilized something seemingly custom. I've never seen this before. Maybe I have. I have no idea. Let's go over here and take a look. So we have wheat flour, oatmeal flour, millet flour, barley flour. There's so much here, it's going super slow. Cornmeal, wheat grist, barley grist, raw CCM, oat grist, sorghum grist, canola grist, mineral feed, mineral feed, mineral feed, mineral feed, mineral feed. There's also a couple more flour bio, dried wheat, dried barley, dried corn, and dry oats down there as well. Now, in order to do that incoming materials, we have all kinds of stuff through here. So let's say wheat or grist, just for, I don't know, example. So let's find our wheat grist. We need wheat in and then wheat grist out. So that is very cool. Now, do we have anything else that takes anything? I found it interesting that wheat grist is an input, but I don't know what we use that for. Can we do stuff? Oh, is it mineral feed? That's mineral feed, isn't it? Oh, it's just one in, one out. So you take the grist and turn it into mineral feed. Neato. All right. Also, you've got some like a dried corn, for example. You get dry corn out, but you have to put fuel in, and you get some stones out as well. So there's a lot going on here. Man, there really is a lot going on here. One of the good thing is, after you get all of your custom productions, again, sell them over here. Next, we have some heaps. The grain heaps. These are placeable grain piles for storing your grain. They can be found in silos, and you can see you've got an in and an out, and this is your pile right here. So why don't we showcase a little bit how this works, but first I want to show it to you in the store. So these are going to be singular crop heaps, 150,000 liters. So we have wheat, barley, canola, oats, sorghum, soybeans, corn, sunflower, and that is it. So all of those. So we have our wheat, which is going to be dumped over here. Got 1 million liters of it. Should dump out pretty quickly. There's 50,000 liters already. So you can kind of see how the heap goes up and down, or at least, well, up at this case. It's a very cool little setup. I think we have a few other things that do something maybe similar to this, but I do dig that a whole lot. Now let's come over here to this part and click start filling, and it will just slowly make the pile go away. Not bad. Next is the pallet storage sheds, a old rustic looking shed, and you can use it as a pallet warehouse. Capacity is 5 million liters total. It'll take bulk product pallets, goods, vegetables, fruits, stuff like that, which is super duper cool. We'll come around here. Well, there's no pallet in there right now, but hey, if there were, there'd be pallets in there. Yeah. Next to last, we have Open Garage. It's going to cost you $5,000. Looks like we have 4 different areas to pull in. 2 taller and 2 shorter. And next we have the English Bakery, which just crashed my game. So there's that. Cool. Jumping over to our mod updates for all platforms, we have the Addable Triggers version 1.1. They fixed the test area, did not fit all buildings. The icons at all unloading points of the productions are now adjusted. The icon of the dairy was too high. The sugar factory sign now displays correctly. They've also got a thing that says fixed, but nothing's fixed. They have changed. The changed standard unloading station is no longer loaded from the main game, as the version there causes a warning in the log. It does not make a ground adjustment. We also have changed the level areas are now only as large as the triggers. Clear areas are now only as large as the triggers. The hay store also accepts bales, and they've added a liquid storage, grain storage, and multi-fruit silo. This is one of those mods that I have downloaded on every single game save. Next up, the Namyslo Marracell Pack version 2. They have added a new model, the 360H, which is 3.6 meter, and reduced the prices to be more realistic. Next up, Massey Ferguson SD2 from Ada Modding version 1.3. Fixed the foliage bending, added more color configurations, removed the unneeded meshes for decals, and added decal configuration. Silo Container Pack version number 2. Added new containers and trailer for transport and placed the silo. Some silos are already refilled. Various minor functional fixes to the silos. And your last update for all platforms, pipe control for Forage Harvesters version 1.4. Add a new configuration for manual control the rotation of the last part of the pipe. And there's a couple new ones for PC and Mac players as well. First one is the Broom Cleaning. This mod introduces a new hand tool. The broom can be used to clear materials off the ground. It's available in store for $250. Basically, just kind of grab the hand tool and lean down and push forwards and backwards. There's really not a whole lot to it. Also, don't we have something like this for all platforms anyway? Thought we did. And if you missed yesterday, there was a late mod added to the mod hub. There's the Ova Agricultural Machinery. This is a cultivator. It's actually the branded version of this guy, Lizard Agricultural Machinery, which I said had a bit of a clickbaity kind of name to it. But now it makes sense. Lastly, today, let's talk about updates for PC and Mac players. First is the Agromet Famarol Z105-1 version 102. Added new sounds, decal configurations, and the ability to detach the mower after unfolding. They've also added an option to unfold using interactive control and improve the cover components. CSZ Pack additional features version 2.1 added configuration for the tool camera, support for foil wrap, net wrap, and twine. CSZ implements pack additional features version 2.1 added configuration for the tool camera, support for foil wrap, and support for the manure system mod. And lastly, we have extended leasing version 1.1. You have to pay washing costs for dirty tractors and equipment, and mod description version updated. And that is it, man. Oh man, mods 2 days in a row. What have we done to deserve this? I am digging it. Plus, we got plenty of John Deere mods today, a police car, man, and all the productions you could ever want. Today was a fun day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like if you did. Get subscribed if you new. Join the GoHam fam. Hope you have an awesome day. We'll see you later.